Welcome to the third session of the Flourishing in Relationships Bible Study. I'm Dr. Brooke Peterson, Associate Professor of Pastoral Care at the Lutheran School of Theology at Chicago, and I'm also a licensed therapist. I'm so happy that you made it to session 3, the final session of this 3-session Bible study, and this is where we are going to turn to relationships that have pushed us to grow. We've talked about relationships that formed us, we've talked about relationships that sustained us, and now we're moving to relationships that push us to grow. How many of you have changed over the course of your life? I hope that everyone can nod their head at this one because change is inevitable. We might resist it. We might not like it. We might, quite honestly, wish it wasn't the case. And yet change within ourselves and within others happens. As I note in this Bible study, change in relationships comes up all the time. How do we change physically over our lifespan? How do we change emotionally? How do we help others catch up with us when we've changed? And how, like in the case of Esther, the focus of this Bible study, do we push those we love to change when we believe that our values require it? Can you bring to mind a way that you've changed? Perhaps you can think of a political view that has shifted for you, or an aspect of your spirituality that's changed. Maybe you can think about a role change when you transitioned from being a single person to being a married one, or from being a person without children to a person who was welcoming a child. How did that change go for you? Are there parts of it that were easy or parts of it that were hard? And how did the relationships around you change when you yourself did? In this Bible study, we will examine the relationship between Mordecai and Esther, an uncle and a niece, who both experience changes in their lives and who are both changed by each other. I won't spoil anything for you if you haven't read this biblical text yet, but it's pretty exciting with lots of intrigue and readjustments and changes. But at the center of this story is what author Rosella Heidi White calls a revolutionary relationship, or what Victoria Atkinson White calls a holy friendship. It's hard to find places where we encounter revolutionary relationships or holy friendships, because those relationships don't shy away from naming where we aren't living into God's values. But they also push us to dream dreams and claim gifts that we might not feel ready to claim. One activity that can be helpful for you in this Bible study might be to create a friend map, something that comes from Victoria Atkinson White's book. You draw 3 concentric circles. The outermost ring is for your community. The middle ring is for people you would call friends. And the inner ring are for those things we would call holy friendships. Even as you think about who you would put in those spaces, what do you notice about them? How do you attend to these relationships on all of the levels? Do you spend a lot of time with community, but actually not as much time with those holy friends? Is it that you spend a lot of time with holy friends, but those people in a second ring that might just be close friends, it's hard to stay with those relationships? Are there places where you would like to further cultivate relationships? I hope that this Bible study will allow you to think deeper about attending to those relationships that not only make space for us to change, but push us to change when we need it. It's hard to change and hard to maintain change, but we need people who hold us accountable to the ways that we live out our faith in the world. I think you will definitely see this in the relationship between Esther and Mordecai. And I hope that it will inspire you to attend and cultivate those kind of relationships in your own life. It has been a great joy to share these 3 Bible studies with you, and I hope that they have been helpful to you in your faith journey. I hope that you have experienced new ways of thinking about relationships that formed you, relationships that have sustained you, and those relationships that maybe even now are pushing you to grow. May God bless you in your journey of faith.